Hello, internet. Uh, I watched Doja Cat's. What's the video called? It's called Moo. Oh god, I hope that doesn't become a meme. I was watching Doja Cat's Moo, and Jesus Christ, it's the best thing on the internet right now. You can't get that chorus out of your head. You just can't. And I was also thinking about how to achieve permanent world peace. Boo! How do you follow one with the other one? Shut up! I'm telling you. Okay. I don't know. Okay, so here's the thing. I've been thinking about what's this thing called? It's called world peace. Like how to achieve it for a while, around 2 years now, and I already kind of have an answer, and it's not like the best kind of answer. But I think I watched her video and I realized something was wrong. So before, I used to play around with systems that govern people, right? Because ideally, when you're looking for a way to achieve something, you try to create a system that allows everything to work. And I went through like most of the systems we kind of know. I haven't gone through anything that we don't yet. So maybe like there were kind of like interesting ideas, like for example, creating a system of benevolent like dictators. That was interesting because the merit actually kind of holds. It fixes the hole that democracy has, where the masses have power, and they're very, very easily swayable. So the people who can sway the masses are the ones who have real power, and that's pretty much politics, by the way. That's the problem of democracy currently. Um, and like all of it just kind of boiled down to one thing, yeah. The fact that we are different is what brings around chaos, because chaos is this area where a lot of the things are unknown unknowns. You're diving in head first, you don't really know what's in there. And because we are different, we create environments where for somebody else that's chaos, right? So it could be having different beliefs in something politically, religious, or whatever. It could be creating different systems as a body somewhere different, but like systems which, for example, I am not aware of, I do not know how to navigate, so I don't prosper as much, or things like those. And so the idea was trying to create a system which, for every single person, the moment you're plugged in, the system is guaranteed to pull you up. And all systems have their flaws. That's the thing. We're not in a place where we can point at anything and say it's kind of utopic. And no matter whatever ladder you follow, you kind of realize one thing, yeah? If you want the world to be somewhat perfect, you have to be like it will always start with the individual, right? A society where everyone is aware of everything is the only kind of society where utopia is possible, because that removes the chaos from any kind of interaction with the environment and with other people. And that means everybody needs to kind of have an understanding of their choices and the choices of other people, and like fully, like absolutely fully, like and everyone else needs to understand, well, the same thing pretty much, yeah. And I think that's a proper assessment, by the way. I think that's a proper assessment to make. With that one, like my argument was pretty much, if you want to change the world, the only way you can do it is to change yourself first, right? Because you can't look outward when inside it's broken. So you need to be the pillar of virtue or perfection or whatever the hell is needed. And then it starts there, and ideally it kind of pours all over. And I do not think that's, I mean, if you were lucky, that could happen, but not very much. However, I watched like Doja Cat's the video Moo. Best thing ever. Best thing ever. And I was thinking about what are the probability that would come in this like, oh, super smart, super virtuous kind of society. And the idea was like, was likely not. Actually, was likely not. Think of a world with, because the world will constantly change, people will constantly change, and so there will always be challenges to kind of work towards, or whatever. But the interesting thing is that for that society we're talking about, the utopic society, the things that matter will be the things which deal directly with the challenges that the world faces as a whole, with individuals. And an ideal society would have the people focus on that. So an ideal society would be, I'm a musician and I sing about challenges, and we are people and we listen and we invest our resources toward fixing it and all these kind of things. And maybe there's room for freedom, those kinds of freedom. There will be, as long as people have time in their hands. And if you guys have like money, you guys have time in your hands, but again, in a very ideal society, the worry is future. It's where we're going to, it's bettering the path for us and for the people after us. And I was like, man, I don't know, I don't see that video coming up. I don't see people doing that. I see different types of people. I don't know if anyone has seen, what is it called? Is it the 3%? In this world where everyone is this the plot of the movie is like 3% of people live in like this area of perfection and blah blah blah, and everyone else lives in some island where there's nothing, and there's a process which chooses 3% out of everyone who comes in to participate, and they go to the island and 3% is maintained. And there is no, I don't see a world where like that Doja Cat videos. But the thing is, like, so many things in the internet are absolutely useless. Like they will provide kind of what's called like human value, right? They'll make you laugh, they'll make you like feel things and all those kinds of things. But ultimately, apart from that, they usually have like no value. So it's something that's like memes, for example, right? And these days we have like professional meme makers on YouTube. Like you can check like Grande and Dolandak. It's so crazy. And so what you find is that there's so much which happens because these people are investing so much time in making things that are so dumb, right? To make people laugh, I figure. But also like in a world where, for example, like there's so many wars going on, right? There's so much like poverty, there's so much like tragedies. And again, in an ideal world, nobody would be doing anything but fixing these problems, because I tend to be very optimistic about the power of the entire like base of humanity. I feel like we really are powerful, but we flake around. We're not really committed to fixing things around us. We're more committed towards, what's this thing called, living our own lives, which is again rightful. Like nobody should judge you for it, but if we wanted things to change, they would. If the people before us wanted things to change for us, they would have made it change. Like, most of the problems you're having are ripple effects of other people's mistakes, I actually see value in these things. I see value in memes. I see value in Doja Cat's moo. I see value in like, what does the fox say? I see value in those things. And so a world which is perfect but without them doesn't seem very perfect, because it doesn't have them, so it's imperfect in itself. And so I started thinking, is this the best we can do? Is this it? Like maybe this is it. There are people who theorize that like suffering is a part of life, and it's not like a negative part of life, it's just a part of it. It's a component, not necessarily a negative component. Hella negative for us, and that's if you think about yourself as at the center of everything, like at the center of all creation, then your suffering becomes it matters in the grand scheme of judging everything else. That's like saying like breaking a tree branches without the virtue, or like if I break a tree branch, that's wrong. Nobody thinks of it like that. But maybe the tree does, because it's branch. Maybe it should hurt, ideally. Actually, it does, because plants usually have like reactionary like mechanisms specifically so that like these things don't happen, like other animals don't. So it does, most likely does hurt. And we are not at the center. I think we know enough to judge there. We are not the center. We are not at the center of anything, in fact. And so maybe our suffering is just like a part of everything. And so maybe, I'm just saying maybe, this is it. This is the best it gets. Maybe this is perfection. Maybe this is exactly as it was intended. Maybe this is the perfect world. Right? course, it's not perfect for us, but maybe it's perfect for everything else, or the person or thing that exists above us. Maybe, who the hell knows? I don't. But I thought it was interesting, and I really like Doja Cat's move. The best part is where she says she's not a cat, she doesn't go meow, but her name is Doja Cat and not Doja Cow. You know? Anyway, that's it for today.